But think, I mean, you start this off, you hear, oh yeah, free 20 bucks, you're all happy. Okay. But just as kind of a quick intro that you can just modify, use with your students. Clearly the idea with foreign aid, no matter if it's the Alliance for Progress, previous aid packages that the United States and other developed nations gave out, and even aid forms that continue today, okay, there are strings attached. Okay, and that's going to be one of the fundamental problems that American policymakers in the Cold War are going to face as they're trying to distribute foreign aid. Okay, the conditions attached to that particular aid, and in this case, the conditions attached to this program called the Alliance for Progress, which we'll get into in a little bit, has strings attached. Okay, the strings attached means that there is a political objective to handing out aid. It's not just, well, Uncle Sam's feeling, well, a little bit more generous in 1961 than he was in 1958, and that's why we're sending money out. Okay, so what I'd like to talk about today is, well, we'll get into the specifics of what the Alliance is. I mean, maybe just to start, the Alliance for Progress was billed as a massive $20 billion aid program for Latin America. Okay, a great partnership between North America and South America to build up Latin American economies. Okay, it's associated with the Kennedy administration because it's kicked off in 1961. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about, well, why is there an Alliance for Progress in the first place? How does this develop? And then once Kennedy does decide to implement it, what happens? Okay, it's generally overwhelmingly regarded as a failure. So I think, again, it might help to explore why that is. So I think maybe to just kind of get into the background of the Alliance, okay, which again, technically, the Alliance starts off in 1961. The story, though, really begins far before that. Okay, so if you start with Alliance for Progress 1961, it's kind of like watching, well, I don't know, Empire Strikes Back before Star Wars, or Star Wars A New Hope, or whatever they're calling it now. So I think it's worthwhile to look at the precursors and maybe get some ideas going in terms of what Brian's been discussing before by going to a couple of documents that I think speak to this. Okay, so what I'd like to do is this. Okay, some of us have access to computers and some don't, so that's fine. If you don't, then I'd like you to pair up and look at the handout here. So if you don't have a computer, then what I'd like you to do is look at the first document that appears in this handout, okay, which is, as you can see, the abstract of an interview with Ernesto or Che Guevara, who was a Cuban revolutionary that assisted the 26th of July movement of Fidel Castro. Okay. The others of you that have access to a computer, let me just give you a URL that'll get you to the other one. This other document will be up on the website soon. And I'll keep this up there for now too. But if you do have a computer, it's kind of small up there, but LatinAmericanStudies.org, and then cable, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so if you do have a laptop, if you could go ahead and access that, I'll give you a sense of what I'd both like you to look